Hello, good evening, and welcome back to Kentucky here for the Horizon IndyCar Series. One of their, I think this is round 4 at the new version of Kentucky Speedway. Rest in peace, I guess. Lap 60 of 133. Sorry about the streaming situation. Lilith Fox currently is now your leader. Fast Frankie Gwynn is second, watching this battle up at the front. There are your track conditions: 66 degrees on the track temp, or 72 on the track temp, 66 on the ambient. We got Matty Wags in third, Clindy in fourth, and Luca Tedesco in fifth position. Again, thanks for joining us. Thanks for sticking with us. We apologize for the technical issues. We're just going to stream right through this the best we can possible. Lap 63 of 133, and again, we are just picking this up where we picked up the action. Watching this battle back here for third with Wags, Clindy, and Tedesco in the battle here. Actually, we got lap traffic in the way back in there. I think it's Clindy, Wags. Not sure who that last other car is. Not Kirkenbauer. Still catching up here on getting some of these overlays and everything. Had to drop everything to come and do this. That is Matthew Carroll that's involved in that battle back there. He's just trying to get back on the lead lap, I believe. Yeah, he is one lap down. Now we got Clindy, who's up in the battle underneath Frankie Gwynn, side by side at the line. Good week for Clindy so far. One win already on a 1.5-mile intermediate. He loves these racetracks, and he just cruises right under Fox and gets the position. Fox like, nope, I'm not done, into the flat portion of the racetrack. Kind of opposite Texas here in 3 and 4 versus 1 and 2 at Texas. Turns 1 and 2 here a little bit more evenly banked, not progressively banked. So on the bottom, the fastest line works, and there you see Clindy going right on by. Getting up in this battle is Wags, now in fourth. Now becoming a 4-car battle, lap 68 of 133. Oh, Frankie giving a kiss to the outside wall in turn 4. It is Valentine's Day week. It's going to cost him a little bit of momentum, and that kiss is... That gives the position to Wags. Fox back to the point. Clindy at second. Mason Mitchum in 6th, Kirkenbauer in 5th. Two of the votive guys hanging out back there in the middle portion of the top 10. Luca Tedesco in 7th. Chris Albrecht, the Elite Racing League's Indy 500 pole sitter, in 8th. Brandon Staton in 9th, and Jeff Heisong in 10th. And Clindy back down to the bottom again in turns 3 and 4, where you can get that car to rotate on the bottom. And he's going to have a good run off the corner, but here comes Lilith one more time. Clindy back to the top of the racetrack. Let's pop in with Wags here and see what it looks like over his shoulder. you just show how hard these cars are to drive. It is pretty much flat out from this point forward, all the way around the racetrack. Go into fifth gear. 215, 218, 219, 221, 222 in the trap going into turn one. Down to the bottom of the racetrack, exit wide, run down the backstretch in the draft, in fifth gear. Now watch, you're going to drop a gear here. You're going to lift a little bit down the fourth gear. Keep those revs high, under 200 miles per hour coming off the corner. Hard on the pedal once again, using that hybrid, getting up into fifth gear. Can use sixth gear if he wants to. It's there, it's available. Lilith back to the point. Drop the fourth gear for Wags in through 3 and 4. Again, the flattest portion, or the more flatter portion of the race course. Now, the legacy version that you've probably seen out of raced at in iRacing, this is the built-up portion of the racetrack right here. This is the built-up banking in 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is a little bit more traditional of what it was before. 3 and 4 is what the Indy cars used to run on here when they last came here in 2011. Now it's a thrilling race that was won by Ed Carpenter for his first career IndyCar win over Dario Franchitti. That was the last points-paying race of that season. Of course, the final race of that season was a couple of weeks later at Las Vegas, and that's unfortunately where we lost Dan Weldon. So the last IndyCar race here at Kentucky was the last points-paying race for 2011, using those older IR05, IR09 cars. IR18s never raced here, and it's doubtful that they ever will with the current construction and state of this racetrack. But we get to still race it here in iRacing. Take a look out of the gearbox of Wags, and he is being threatened there by Fast Frankie Gwynn. Frankie got the run back. Apparently that kiss didn't hurt him, but here comes the Prodigy down to the bottom. There in that gray and red Dallara, almost said Lola. Let's get back to some better shots here. Back up front, it is Clindy now. Holding off Lilith Fox. Lilith kind of just hanging out there now, staying in the draft. Probably not a bad place to be, back there saving some fuel. Clindy burning more fuel by punching a hole in the air for Lilith to fall through. Lilith's going to follow on through, use that draft down to the bottom in turns 3, 1, and 2. And we'll have a good run down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Move Lilith Fox back to the lead. Frankie around Matty Wags. Move Frankie back up to second. Oh, look at Wags now. He's got a battle with the Prodigy. Prodigy a win a couple of weeks ago in the Indy Oval Series top split. Wags season opening win at Motegi in the Elite Racing League, although it's not been a pretty good season for him since then, and looking to get back off the schneid here this week when we go to Richmond in the Elite Racing League tomorrow night, 7:45 p.m. Eastern time over on Elite Racing Network. Myself and Luis Gonzalez Nunez. And a number of these drivers will be in that lineup as well. A little bit further back, whole bunch of host of cars right in through here. That is Brandon Staton there in the Kentucky Roses car. Right in front of him is Andrew Sarowick. Get a little dark here. We'll add a little light there. Isong and Hunter Ingrave back at 11th there. Scott Robinson right behind them. Nate Fields right behind them. There's Tedesco. As Chris Albrecht in front of him. I think Chris is, his livery's not loading in here. We'll do a, normally he's in the F5 livery. We'll do a Control R here and get him to bring in new liveries. Production on the fly, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate everyone putting up with the streaming issues and technical issues tonight. Ideally not perfect, but we're dealing with it. And Albrecht's car is not going to draw in. Back up front, we're going to miss a pass for the lead. Lilith goes back to the point. Clindy back to second, and now Clindy falling into the clutches of Frankie Gwynn. Here is Lilith back to the bottom. Clindy back, getting a good run. Oh, Kirkenbauer, big run underneath in the 3 and 4, down to the bottom. And he's gonna, you know what, Kirkenbauer down there actually caught a great deal of clean air because Clindy was about a half lane off the bottom, and so was Fox. He just didn't have the momentum off the corner. And got some people checking in the chat again, apologizing for the technical issues. Thanks for everybody hanging out and being patient. We are going to the C team tonight. The B team's not even available. We had to go to the C team. And look at Frankie to the point. Frankie very, very racy tonight. Fast Frankie. Clindy in the Pink Panther. Lilith Fox back in third. Kirkenbauer now fourth. Matt falling back to fifth. A little bit further back, Mason Mitchum started on the front row. Or started up front, actually. I think he did start on the front row Tuesday night at Charlotte. That was a very entertaining race. People should check that out if they, after tonight's stream, go check that out. Very entertaining race. 3 wide going in the 3 and 4 at Charlotte. One of them is this guy, Clindy. Hot pit stop coming up. Scheduled stop for one of our leaders, bringing with them Lilith Fox and Mason Mitchum. Scheduled stop lap 92. This should be the final stop for all these drivers. They should be able to do about another 40 or so. We'll see, give or take. We're right in that territory. And again, I don't have any of my overlays up, so I'm going to... Yeah, we're at 40 laps. They could do 40, so this should be final stop for all these drivers. Going up on the jacks, new set of Firestone tires, full tank of Shell Racing fuel, down and away. Clindy on the button, getting to those cones. Now off the button, Mason Mitchum pulling alongside Lilith. And now a very flat and slippery apron getting up to that white line, that blue line there. Then you can merge in with the traffic, and now they are back to racing. Here's Wags now. Wags has moved up to second. Who do we see now? He's got lap traffic with him. That is William Holman. And the tiger striped out in the livery there. I like it. White Tiger. He's going to send it to the inside. Joe Moe coming off of pit road. Nate Fields, last scheduled pit stop for Nate here at lap 97. How much fuel were these drivers able to save and make this last pit stop a shorter fill? Current leader right now is Fast Frankie. We'll watch him take a dip into the pits here momentarily. And here he is right now. We're watching him come off the banking. Aggressively brings it down. 45 miles per hour on pit road speed limit on the button now. Now he needs to look for his stall. He is way down at the end. Actually, he's going to be in the mid-pack there. He started 12th. So he will be finding his stop. Right now is a very bad time for a caution to come out with him on pit road. Dark area on the racetrack there on pit road. Now he hits his stall, slides on in, up on the air jacks. Four tires, new set of tires, and a full tank of Shell Racing fuel, and down and away for our leader. Out there going long, though, is Matty Wags, as he is out there well into the 100-lap territory. 33 to go here at Kentucky. Thanks for joining us. Just hanging out there. I think he's trying to save some fuel. Now he's racing him a little bit. It goes to the inside. And now he's coming to pit road. Final stop for our leader. That will turn the lead over to Stanton there in the Kentucky Roses car. Right behind him, Hunter Ingrave. Now, Hunter definitely knows how to save fuel. We've seen him do it before, and now Hunter would love to see a caution right about now. 32 to go here at Kentucky. And here comes Hunter. A little bit of a twitch getting down on the brakes. Remember, it's very hard to do from 220 plus miles per hour down to 45 and on the button. Very tiny brake discs in these cars for these intermediate super speedway tracks. You can tell we're in the super speedway package by the small rear wing and the small front wing. Never mind the end plate. Don't look at the wing end plate there. That is a pretty big end plate on these super speedway wings. And definitely you could tell by the small rear wing. These are the super speedway package. This is what they would race when they would go to Indianapolis or Michigan, Pocono. And Hunter Ingrave down and away. Stanton now, your leader. He's coming to pit road in the Kentucky Derby car. Not too far away from Churchill Downs. No, we're a little bit. We're a couple hours away. That's in Louisville. Of course, we are just across the river from Cincinnati. And Clindy is going to pick up the lead, and he's going to have himself a pretty hefty lead after coming off of pit road. 2.5 seconds over Lilith Fox with 30 to go. And as final stops go, that is a banger of a final stop. He was on the lane for 36.3 and 8.1 in the box. Lilith 36.4 at 8.3. So Lilith was on pit road, in the box longer, on pit road longer, a 10th. And it's really the in-lap and the out-lap is what gets the difference here of almost 2.5 seconds here for Clindy with 29 to go. That was a mammoth final stop, and that's Folks, there are keys to winning races, and there's a little things you can do to win races. And we'll kind of use this as an informal broadcast. If you're watching from home, you want to learn how to get in these cars more. There's so many things you got to do in these cars. You got the roll bars, you got the weight jacker, you have now the hybrid, you have engine mapping, you have all that. One of the things that you can practice on the most and probably get the best performance out of it is hitting pit road, maximum pressure. In-lap, out-lap, and that is how you make the difference in making up positions on the racetrack. And we're not talking easy passes. We're talking 2 football fields, more than 2 football fields, 2.5 football fields distance of a lead that Indy has now over Gwin on that pit stop alone. So now Gwin and Fox are going to have to work with one another. And they're going to try to run down Indy. And they can do it. They've actually cut into the lead a little bit by about 0.3 of a second. They're doing a little bit of swap drafting. Kirkenbauer back there along for the ride. And if they can catch Indy, it'll be a 4-car battle. Mitchum, if he can get into the picture, they have a lap car back there. That's Matthew Carroll. But if they could, Mitchum could get into this picture, we'll have, I believe, 2 teammates running for position here in 2nd and 3rd, and then Kirkenbauer and Mitchum in 4th and 5th. If they could all work together, kind of do a double handicap match on Indy, go 4-on-1 and try to run him down. 24 laps to go. Plenty of time here. Of course, there's always the possibility of a caution. 20 cars started tonight. And we still have every 20 car, every single one of them, that's what I'm trying to say, is still out there running. A 200-mile race here in the Bluegrass State, just outside of Cincinnati. Battle for 8th back on the racetrack. Hunter Ingram, and there's Searlewick and Robinson, and they're all together, and they're going to run out of room. They're going to go 2 wide. So Robinson almost into the attenuator of Hunter Ingram. There was almost your caution right there. Woo! Searlewick to the bottom. And that Gatorade orange car, Hunter Ingrave, winner now in the Velocity Online Racing IndyCar Series. Two-time winner there at the Velocity Online Racing Series. Also winner in the Elite Racing League. Had himself a pretty good week here in the Horizon in the past at Iowa. He is now broken away. He'd like to see a caution. Hey, we got a battle here for 3rd and 2nd and 3rd now. Kirkenbauer to the bottom around Lilith Fox. Move the Prodigy now up into 3rd position. Mason Mitchum now creeping into the picture. Indy still leads by 2.4 seconds. 20 to go here at the 1.5 miles. There goes Kirkenbauer now to the bottom. And Kirkenbauer gets the position. The Prodigy now over Gwin and Fox. I'm wondering, though, if now Gwin and Fox maybe used up their tires racing a little too hard, trying to eat into that lead. Or maybe they want, maybe Indy thinks he can run down our leader. 2.3 seconds up to the lead right now. Hopefully join us tomorrow at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time with Murph and Caleb for the opening round of the AMA I forget the name of their Grand National sponsor. I'm sorry. Their Grand National Series for the American Motorsports Association. I think it's the Outland Custom Arms, the Grand National Series. They start their big season-long, year-long campaign tomorrow night at Daytona. Start time 8:20 p.m. Eastern time right here on P1. Our exclusive stock car partner. Battle for position further back. Here's Wags. He has caught he has caught Mitchum. So it is Mason versus Matt. Mitchum versus Wags. And they're quickly gaining ground on that pack in front of them. Albrecht, teammate of Wags, he might be able to get up there and help him out. Meanwhile, back up front, 14 to go. Your leader in the Pink Panther is Clindy, sending it through 3 and 4. 2.3 second lead, 14 now coming to 13 to go. Looking for another win here in the Horizon Series. Clindy with a win already this season in Iowa. Hunter Ingrave at Portland. Greg Forsyth with the opener at Michigan. Those are your 3 winners already this season. This is round 4. Next, we're headed off to Motegi. Look out. That is Wag's place to race. He loves that place. Going back to this battle for second. They are running real hard back there. And I think they're going to run out of time. They're just not reeling in Clindy right now. I don't know if they're just not capable of doing it right now, or neither one of these cars are really set up to lead. It is sometimes you just can't do it, really. The car that in front of you is that hooked up. And then before the hybrid, it used to be just follow somebody, do the swap draft. Whoa, Lilith. Hard right turn on the front straightaway there. Left turn, excuse me. Right turn is going to send you the other way. And I need to, I'm trying to bring up all of my notes. Don't have much on this race, unfortunately. Now we have a 4-way battle for second, and this is just going to help out Clindy. Clindy exactly wants to see this, because now they're losing ground to Clindy. 2.6, 2.5 now, but 2.6 as they were entering the corner. And I really got to say, unless we're going to get a caution, knock on wood, I'm knocking on wood. This is Clindy's race to lose now at this point. Clindy with 8 career wins here in the Horizon IndyCar Series, looking for win number 9. Out front for the Pink Panther. And once again, if you're just joining us, this is P1's coverage of the Kentucky round of the Horizon IndyCar Series. We've had some technical difficulties tonight, but we want to thank you for joining us. Clindy leads with 5 laps to go. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. That will really help us out so you don't miss out on the next race. Next race for us here in the Horizon IndyCar Series in 2 weeks when we head to Motegi on the 25th. 4 to go here at Kentucky. Indy leads now by 3 seconds, pulling away from this battle for second. They're just not able to get in a working order here. They got all of them together now. Albrecht there in that white car has joined this battle, but they're still battling. Now they see the opportunity now as second step, because really, if Indy comes around and leads this lap, and he has, next flag is going to end this race. And we'll be bringing up people to interview here in a little bit. Down the backstretch, a lap and a half to go for the Pink Panther. Cruising the win number 9 here in the Horizon IndyCar Series. Off the corner, a good week for Indy. Looking to become a great week with 2 wins. At the line, white flag out. One more tour to go of the mile-and-a-half oval outside of Cincy. But going back, watching this battle as Lilith Fox really squeaks to the inside of the Prodigy. Indy coming off a 3 and 4. He's going to get win number 9 of his career. He will get the win here tonight. And Kirkenbauer, drag race off the corner, going to send Lilith all the way up to the bottom, going all the way back down to the bottom. The Prodigy comes home in second. Lilith Fox comes home in third. All right. Try a little different music tonight. All right, let's get in tonight's final results here. And Indy with the win. Kirkenbauer in second. Lilith Fox in third. We'll talk to them in here in just a second. Fast Frankie Gwynn in fourth. Wags in fifth. Albrecht sixth. Hunter Ingraham in seventh. Mason Mitchum eighth. Scott Robinson, nice run for him in ninth. And Sorowek in 10th. Try to see who biggest nights of that group. Lilith Fox up 11 spots. Can't be your Luis Gonzalez Nunez driver of the race. That looks like that might be Fast Frankie. He improved 8 spots, and he's your highest finisher with the most positions gained. So congrats to Frankie Gwynn earning that honor tonight. Luke at 11th, Nate Fields in 12th, Hysong 13th, Lover in 14th, Staten in 15th, Jomo in 16th, Holman in 17th, Carroll, Crawford, and Carr rounding out the remainder of your top 20. Everybody ran tonight, no DNFs. All right. We'll get some interviews queued up here. and just make sure I got everything set up. Again, I was kind of on the fly tonight. Here is Lilith Fox joining us in the booth. Lilith, P3 here today. Good run for you. Finished as the biggest gainer really on the getting into the podium with 11 spots, but it really looks like the big difference was that final pit stop for you. Clindy, you came in with Clindy, but you didn't quite leave with him.
Yeah, Clindy actually made that really difficult. I came in with Clindy. He was just really, really fast off of pit exit, and I didn't really feel as comfortable on it. I didn't want to spin. I didn't want to cause another incident. So, just did what I could with what I could and tried to just keep it safe.
Well, I mean, sometimes discretion is the better part of valor, and that at least got you to the second step of that podium. There was still a bit of a run when you guys got back out on the racetrack. You had about a 30-lap run to try to run him down, and it just looked like that second group behind him couldn't quite get organized and work together. Was that at all frustrating for you that you had all those fast cars back there, but you just couldn't really run Clindy down any, and he was all by himself and no draft aid whatsoever up there for him?
Yeah, there was a bit of miscommunication about when to regen and boost and try and get the passes going. It is something that I know with Frankie and we already kind of had a little small discussion with one of our friends that maybe we should work on that in the future. But honestly, we were still doing our best. I wasn't frustrated. It was more of a, how do you say? It's like more of a when should we do this? Oh God, we're getting caught up by everybody else.
Right. Yeah. And then the more cars
we were more worried about the people come behind us.
Right.
So.
And the more cars that get involved in the battle, they see an opportunity for themselves and they feel like less working with you and more like, oh, I see an opportunity to get second. Forget them.
Yeah, that's the part that actually started going, oh, I'm a little frustrated now. That was the part I was like, oh, we had the perfect opportunity to work together. Now we don't. Darn.
Well,
but honestly,
still a good finish. I mean, yeah, still a good finish for you. I mean, you got to feel pretty good about that, all things considered. Here, there was a pretty clean race on top of that. So the opportunities to make passes, you had to do it the hard way. You made them all up on the racetrack. There was, we only had that, very few opportunities for caution here.
Yeah, I'm gonna admit something. I was in map 4 for most of this. My thought process was, well, okay, I'm gonna have to definitely pass a lot of people. I was keeping up with the main pack in map 4 and map 3. I would go down to map 3 for some of the passes, and I was figured, well, I'll try and just beat them on pit stop time. Maybe see if I can get that pit stop so that's right when the tires are done, rather than having a little bit of fuel left over. So I tried to work with that, and I think that worked out for the benefit.
Well, not a bad strategy for you. It really did seem to work out for you. I'll go ahead and let you get, this is the first time I got a chance to chat with you, kind of doing an impromptu stream tonight with technical difficulties going on. So it's a pleasure to talk to you. Any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors? First time we had you in the booth, at least I've had you in the booth. Take all the time you need. Go ahead and make any shout outs you need to.
Honestly, initial shout out to Frankie. Without Frankie, I wouldn't be here. Both kind of metaphorically and also in this league. He was the one that brought me in here. Shout out to him every week for being a part of this, and also to Mariah United VRT, our race team that we all race together. We're VTubers with fake racing. I don't know. I forget our slogan now. But honestly, shout out to the rest of Horizon, Matt Wagner for putting on the show, our sponsors, of course, for helping us keep the show going, Clendy for the amazing win today, and shout out to all my viewers as well that are all back on my channel, just chilling out, listening to me kind of stutter along here. So it was, and of course to P1 Broadcasting and all of you in the broadcasting booth who put on the show for us every week or every other week as well. We tried our best tonight, but I guess the slogan is the racing is simulated, but the action is 100% real. Thank you, Lilith, for being here. Congratulations on the P3. Best of luck. Let's go celebrate, and we'll catch you at the next one. Yep. See you next time. Enjoy.
And that is Lilith. A good finish for Lilith. I do not see Indy in any of the channels, so what we'll do here is if Indy does pop back in, there's his stat line. We'll see if he led any laps. Said 42, so he was up there earlier part of the day's race. That did not catch in the stream there, so that's unfortunate. But hey, we'll make sure that he is seen for credit for those laps. I tell you, when Indy breaks through, he's going to win race after race after race after race, and it's just going to be a string of them. And just be careful when he finally gets here. Let's bring up Clindy into the booth. Clindy, congratulations, man. And it really boiled down to that last stop for you. You came in, you and Lilith and a third driver all came in at the same time, but you sure didn't leave at the same time.
Yeah, I've been working really hard to make my green flag pit stops faster, and with the way this setup was, I knew I was going to have to catch people who are overcutting or lapped traffic and then like work my way through them better than anyone else in order to break away, and that's exactly what I did. So a game plan executed to a T, and I'm glad that I was able to pull off a no frills, all execution win. Like, it's usually been a lot of drama here lately where I'm passing late or overcoming a deficit or, you know, doing something heroic. But today I won with my brain. And by having a game plan and sticking to it, which was really cool.
Win number 9 here in the Horizon Series. Second win this week, backing up your win at Charlotte last night in the Oval Series. A good week has become a great week for you now. Talk about really this race there at the end. You broke out, and you would think that the guys behind you would all link up. There was plenty of time to try to run you down. What did you think there when you start looking down, as the closest they ever got was about 2.3 seconds and never any closer than that? And in a lot of cases, we've seen that lead come down and people start working together. And I think there's just a little bit of car difficulty in trying to learn these cars with the hybrid and everybody working together now with that extra button to push.
Yeah, it might have been a little bit of that. It might have been a little bit of pride, right? Like the two teammates couldn't work themselves in front of the other two teammates, and no one was willing to swallow the pill to say, oh, you know what, we're okay saying that we're slower, or we're okay like giving up this spot to try to catch Clendy. But, you know, sometimes your eyes get bigger than your dinner plate. Sometimes you lose track of where you are.
I've been there.
Always, everybody thinks they're the fastest, right? So I just, you know, I've been there. Everyone's been there. Like, if you go back and watch my first or second ever appearance on stream, like Rob Malechka won by 7 seconds over me and Jacob Oster because he latched onto some lappers, and Jacob and I were too busy saving fuel and not working together, and could not catch him. So it's kind of like one of those wins today.
And, of course, detailed-oriented driver on the racetrack and in the memory bank. So, of course, he remembers that, and that's how you learn. Shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone you want to say hi to before we let you go here tonight to go celebrate this win?
Yeah, shout-out to everyone on the podium. Lith and Indy both did a great job today. Great job by both of the Votive manufacturing drivers that I raced with all day. So Mason and Indy, like, I just kind of chilled and let them do their thing the first stint. Thanks to Hunter for showing up and not giving up, even though his computer's been giving him problems. And thank you so much to Seb Alexander, who taught me how to race Road America in the wet, which I'm doing right now. So, and then of course all my friends and family back in Illinois, all around the world, wherever they may be, and then my sponsors, Sugarman Farms, P1 Broadcasting, and Advanced.gg. Thanks, Gary.
Not a problem, Clindy. Congratulations. Get back to practicing at Road America. Have fun, and we'll catch you at the next one.
Yep. See you later.
And we'll just drop him into that channel right there. And I think that's going to wrap us up for tonight. Again, we really apologize for the technical issues. And we are at Motegi next here in 2 weeks. Make sure to check out Same Bat Time, Same Bat Channel. But that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium here from Kentucky Speedway. Clindy with win number 9 and win number 2 of the season, win number 9 in the career here in the Horizon IndyCar Series. Indy Kirkenbauer, the prodigy, comes home second. Lilith Fox in third. Join us again in 2 weeks for the next round, and we head to Motegi Speedway. Start time, as always, will be right around 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. It's 800 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can find everything right here at YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Simcams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Simcams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook. You can follow on X and Instagram. Links are in the description. For business inquiries to learn more about P1 and what we do, like us on Facebook, and you can follow us on X and Instagram. You can follow all of our social links on Linktree. Fortunately, we don't have all that in the description. So just hit one of our other streams, and you're going to find all that in the description. So for everyone here at P1, I'm Gary Gotzo saying all good night, and thanks for watching. And all of our men and women serving in the military and its first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again in 2 weeks when we go to Motegi, the land of the rising sun, for the oval track built in the top of a mountain, for the next race of the Horizon IndyCar Series right here on P1. Good night, everybody.